Hello and welcome to this episode in the Student Union's Question Time series. My name is Josh and I'm talking to you from Zoom to candidates running for positions in the upcoming elections. Today I'm here with another Josh Turner, who's running for the position of Social Mobility and Class Officer. Josh, thank you very much for joining us. It's really lovely to have you. So this structure is really straightforward. I've got some questions. I'm going to find out what Josh's policies are, a little bit about him as well. But I think first you've got a very brief opening statement prepared. So let's go to that whenever you're ready.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm running to be Social Mobility and Class Officer because over the last 3 or so years, I've been really fortunate to be given some extraordinary opportunities within the social mobility system. And I've gained such a good wealth of knowledge. And I believe that I can bring that knowledge to LSE to make some real improvements here. So that's why my manifesto is based around 3 concepts: develop, establish and tackle. I'm going to develop LSE's social mobility assistance for freshers by lobbying for a leaving home bursary, which is one of the biggest costs for students and one of the biggest anxieties for the cost of living in London. I'm going to establish a task force to review internal social mobility and then to make formal recommendations to the SU and LSE accordingly. I'm going to tackle the culture of us and them through positive thinking campaigns. That's why I believe I should be the next Social Mobility and Class Officer at LSE SU.
Thank you so much for that. So let's get straight into the questions. On sort of, obviously the LSE and the SU in particular are already doing a fair bit of social mobility and class work. You've got a fair few projects underway. Of these projects, what do you think is already done well, and what is the biggest thing that needs improvement?
I think it's very much linked. I think one of the best things that LSE, and I believe a couple of years ago, the Social Mobility Officer, Jessica Elms, lobbied at LSE quite heavily for an expansion of the bursary system. I think LSE is fantastic in the number and the amount of bursaries that we offer. However, as I said, one of the biggest anxieties for students is the actual cost of leaving home. It's paying their deposit on their accommodation. It's buying their stationery. It's getting bed sheets for their room. So rather than having a bursary given a month after you arrive at LSE, my manifesto is going to lobby LSE to provide that a sum of that bursary before you even make it here, so that you don't have to worry about the actual cost. So that's what I think LSE does well, the bursaries, but what I think needs to be improved particularly is the timing of that bursary.
Sure, thank you. So obviously LSE can sometimes be a little bit of a tricky body to work with. The university in particular, when it gets things done, it can sometimes take a bit of time, quite a lot of pushing. So do you think you're going to take more of a sort of a cooperative approach to working with the LSE, or do you think you're going to be more confrontational and putting more harsher pressure on them?
Well, first of all, I think that's an amazing question. I think you get stuff done more productively by cooperating, but I think in that cooperation you always have to, ultimately we're all doing something because we want our preferred outcome. I think we have to cooperate in the process, but I think at the end of the day you have to stand hard and maybe be a tiny bit confrontational when they might not be giving you what you what you want. But it's about that cooperation to find out what both sides are thinking.
Thank you. Another part of the role is organising events, in particular events accessible to working class students. What sort of events do you envision yourself running?
I think this links very much to my tackle the culture of us and them on my manifesto. It's about organising events that are accessible for everyone. And I think what would be on my horizon is organising events where we have seen people from working class backgrounds really make a success. And I think it's important to get more of those people in to talk to our working class students to kickstart that positive thinking campaign.
Sure, thank you very much. Very briefly then, let's talk a little bit about you. So what is it? What in particular experience do you have? Persuade us that you're going to be experienced the kind of person that students really should vote for, who's going to be able to make a positive change within the SU?
Okay, so I spent a lot of time in secondary school advocating for social mobility. In my position as a head boy, I ran a leadership conference where we had working class students from across the county come in. We had really some really top-notch speakers in that event, talking to people and motivating and reaffirming that everyone, no matter what background, can do well. I have also been on the receiving end of social mobility programs. I've been a member of I'm part of the Sutton Trust alumni. I was on their America program. I've done their Pathways to Law program. And then I've gone back and I've worked with the Sutton Trust on numerous projects since. So I know how the social mobility system works, and I know how to implement some really good policies and events to make the most of that. So there's multiple reasons there of why I think I would be a good representative for social mobility across the SU.
Thank you. I have one more challenge for you so that people have a specific thing to remember you by. So if you had to summarize your position and your candidacy in just one phrase, and other than your slogan, what would it be?
Positive thinking and a positive mindset.
Josh Turner, thank you very much. It's been great to have you.
Thank you very much.
For everyone else tuning in, a reminder that you can access all of our videos on the LTSU's social media platforms. We will be talking to many other candidates, and you can find out all of their policies and all about them there. Otherwise, thank you again, Josh, for coming along, and we'll see you all very soon.
Thank you very much.